What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Racy Podcast. This is your host, Cristopher Zamora. Welcome to the show. So today, guys, I want to speak to you about the Avengers Doomsday movie. It was supposed to come out around May of next year in 2026, but now they have actually delayed the movie. It's now going to come out with the movie called Dune 3, and it's going to be around December time. December 2026. Both of these movies are actually going to come out on the same day. Wow. They actually want to repeat how they did with Oppenheimer and Barbie. They actually are repeating something like that. And it's going to be for next year. Close to the Christmas time. That's the crazy part. So look, I'm going to show you right now. It says right here, Avengers Doomsday and Dune 3 are now set to release on the same day, December 18, 2026. Nice. That's nice. December 18, 2026, that's when they are planning to release these two films. For the Dune movies, I've only seen the first part, and guess what? I did not like the movie. I really thought that it kind of sucked, and that's why I didn't really see the second one, to be honest, and I highly doubted that I want to see the third one. But for Avengers Doomsday, that's the movie that I am looking forward to the most. And also, around May, around that time for next year or July, the new Spider-Man movie is going to come out, the one with Tom Holland. We're going to see how that turns out. But yeah, Avengers Doomsday, the movie that a lot of us have been waiting for, like people who are fans of the MCU have been looking forward to this movie. But for me, I gotta say, most of these movies that have come out, I probably have been like a little bit fatigued with all these action superhero movies, to be honest. I heard good things about the Thunderbolts movie that came out, but I haven't even seen it yet. I probably will wait for it to come out on Disney Plus because, yeah, I am kind of fatigued of actually just seeing so many superhero movies. There's a lot of superhero movies, man. And it's just only like the Marvel movies, like the ones that really I'm waiting for the most to see is the Superman one, the Superman movie that's going to come out, I think, around July or June. I am looking forward to that movie the most, man. And the Fantastic Four First Steps movie, because I did grow up watching the Fantastic Four movies. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how this turns out. Hopefully it turns out pretty good. But yeah, Fantastic Four First Steps and the Superman movie are the only two superhero movies that I am looking forward to the most for this year. Thunderbolts really wasn't on my radar, but maybe I will look into it maybe like in a couple of months, like once the hype actually dies out. But yeah, so right now, those are the movies I'm looking forward to the most. And as for Dune, man, as much as I like Timothée Chalamet, like he's a good actor, but Dune, the story, I did not quite understand the story. Like, I did not really understand the story, and it was, for me, in my opinion, it was a bit boring, and that's why I did not really see the second one. I have Max, the streaming service, but to be honest, I don't feel like watching Dune 2 at all. Yeah, I know it's already on there, but nah, not really look forward to watching it. But yeah, those movies, man, we are going to get it on December 18, 2026. Both of them are going to come out, and people already have a title for both movies. They're going to call it the Avengers Doomsday. Like, they're mixing both of the movies together. Yep. That's what they call it now. Like, we had Barbie and Oppenheimer. They call it Barbenheimer. This one is Avengers Doomsday. It kind of fits. It does fit. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Mostly for the Avengers Doomsday movie, not Dune 3. Yeah, just not my thing. But now moving on. The movie that I am planning to see this weekend on Sunday, it is the final Mission Impossible movie. It's called Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. It says right here, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning earns 24.8 million in the film's domestic opening day. Biggest opening day ever for the franchise. I'm very surprised. I'm surprised that for just that much, I thought it would have been way more, to be honest, for these films. Like to be out in just one day to make 24.8 million. That's the most that this movie has ever made, like in one day. Like this whole franchise. I'm very surprised. I thought it would have been a little bit more. Like probably like 85 million or 70 million. But yeah, I'm a bit surprised. But that's a good thing because this movie hopefully is good when I go see it. Hopefully it makes its money back because this movie, guys, this movie is definitely is one of the biggest movies ever created. Like the budget. So look, the budget for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. I saw somewhere in the internet saying that this is the biggest movie ever. Like the biggest budget they have ever used in any Hollywood movie. Like it says right here, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning was made with a reported budget of 400 million. This makes it one of the most expensive films ever produced. The high budget was attributed to various factors, including delays caused by the pandemic and Hollywood strikes, according to the Hollywood Reporter. So yeah, one of the biggest budget films ever made. Oh man, I'm just hoping. I'm really hoping that they actually make their money back because $400 million. That's a lot of money, man. A lot of money, and like the only true star power for this movie is Tom Cruise, who he actually have the actual like star power to actually make people go see this film. We'll see how it turns out, man. But $400 million for one movie. It's pretty expensive, and hopefully, man, hopefully the movie doesn't flop and actually makes his money back. And I've seen like the reviews as well. People have been actually giving it a good reviews, like the actual audience itself. Like I've seen the critics, they gave it like an 80%. And as of right now, it has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes according to the audience score. So yeah, that is good, and this is the final movie for Mission Impossible. I've only seen the Mission Impossible movies, all of them, just one time only. But to be honest, I've only just started watching these movies around 2023 or so. Yeah, like I just tuned in because I never actually seen the other movie, the Reckoning, the one that came before the Final Reckoning. That was my first movie. That was my very first Mission Impossible movie that I saw, and I liked the movie a lot, so I went to go see. Actually, saw the other ones as well. Yeah, they were that great, to be honest. My favorite one has got to be Mission Impossible 3. Yeah, I think Michael Bay, he was the one that directed that one. I could be wrong. Maybe it wasn't Michael Bay, but I just like how the color grading looks in that movie, and like I think like the story is just more stronger on that one as well, and also the stunts that Tom Cruise does on that one too. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, like I said, hopefully this film actually makes its money back. $400 million for this film, man, and they're just barely starting with just the first day. It has $24.8 million. Now, another thing I wanted to speak to you about is right here. A live-action Elden Ring movie is officially in the works at A24. Alex Garland is set to write and direct. Guys, do you know who Alex Garland is? Alex Garland has actually just made a few movies that I have seen. Like, I've seen... Well, actually... The only movies that I have seen from his is Ex Machina and Civil War. Civil War was actually a pretty good movie. I just did not like how it just seems so real. It just seems so real, that movie. And Ex Machina, it was a long time ago that I saw that movie, but if you go see that movie now, you probably appreciate that movie, because when that movie came out, it was probably overlooked. And now, if you go back and see it, people will understand it even more, because how AI has advanced and how we're so close to creating robots and stuff. People will appreciate it even more, this movie. So it's cool that this guy, Alex Garland, he's actually going to direct the movie Elden Ring. It is based off the video game Elden Ring, and that game actually did pretty good. I think it was like maybe in 2022 and 2023 when that game came out. It had great reviews overall. The critics love it, even the gamers love it. I wasn't one of those gamers that did not like this game. This game was so difficult to freaking beat, and I've only actually played just 1 hour of that game, and I just stopped playing it, man, because that game was too hard. I don't know how people can actually play this game, and you cannot even change the difficulty as well, because it doesn't even give it to you. Yeah, but Elden Ring, that's pretty cool. Elden Ring kind of does reminds me of Game of Thrones in a way, but it has its own taste. It has its own thing. Hopefully, it actually turns out pretty good, and maybe we could have like another, like a huge franchise in the making before Elden Ring. That'd be so cool to actually see, because like those games that, and also movies and TV shows that take place in medieval times, they're pretty awesome. They're just something that you will appreciate like over time. It's like you probably want to live on that time period if you have never actually like learned about it before, and it just gets you interested. And also because they have those mythical creatures as well, like the dragons, and it's just a cool time period to learn about, you know. It's like a fantasy that you'll want to be part of. That's what I'm trying to say for the medieval times. Just like Game of Thrones, man. Game of Thrones was a pretty successful show until season 8. Like they kind of did ruin the ending, but like overall, like leading up to season 8, the show was pretty good, to be honest. And I believe that Elden Ring is probably going to do good, depending if people are still interested, you know, like on the Game of Thrones or House of the Dragons. But if it actually is created like in the next 2 years or so, yeah, then people will actually tune in and actually want to go see it. And also the gamers as well, the gamers who actually did enjoy this type of video games, the Souls like video games, man. Like these are hard games to beat. I don't know how, man. I don't know how you can actually keep playing this game from time to time, and he just keep dying and try to learn how to play this game. But that type of game wasn't for me, man. It's very difficult. It was a very hard game, you know. And yeah, guys, that is it for this podcast. Hey, thank you so much for listening. If you guys did made it this far, make sure to follow this podcast on whichever platform you are listening to it. If you are listening to it on Spotify, YouTube, Pandora, make sure to follow it. And also recommend this podcast to a friend or a neighbor that actually likes listening to stuff about gaming stuff, horror stuff, and pop culture things. Maybe they will enjoy this podcast as much as you do. And yeah, guys, that's it. Take care and live to the fullest. Bye.